Now, Challenge George this week is on the subject of evolution. The well-known creationist, Dr. Oktar Babuna, a medical doctor, graduated from Istanbul University Medical School in 1988. He studied at the medical school's Department of Neurosurgery. Until 1991, he did research on molecular biology of the nervous system at the University of California, San Francisco Medical School, Department of Neurosurgery and Neurology, and at the University of California, Berkeley, Donner Lawrence Laboratories. He did molecular biology research at UC Berkeley's Health Sciences Institute. Until 1996, he specialized in neurosurgery in the New York University Medical School Department of Neurosurgery. He's been a practicing neurosurgeon since 1995. He has many publications in major international medical and scientific journals. He co-authored Divine Action and Natural Selection, Science, Faith and Evolution. He's done research for more than 10 years into the theory of evolution and creation. It's fair to say that he's a man who is not hostile to science. How could he be with a CV like that? And yet, I'm just about to ask him, I wonder if he believes that the Earth was only 4,000 years old. Dr. Babuna, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Where are you speaking to us from? Are you in Turkey?
Yes, hello, Mr. Galloway, and I'm very pleased and honored to be with you. And I had this honor in 2006 again in your program.
Yes, when I was broadcasting from Ireland, I remember it.
Yes, and thank you very much.
Well,
and I represent Mr. Harun Adnan Oktar.
I hope that we are not going to bore people having discussed this before. But I'll tell you why I was particularly keen to talk to you this week. I was in the Natural History Museum in London on Saturday, and a very fine day out it is too, and I saw lots of things there that were 145 to 151 million years old. And yet the last creationist I had on the show insisted that the world was only 4,000 years old. Where do you stand on that fundamental question?
Well, the scientific evidence shows us the fossils are millions of years old, and the world is 4.6 billion years old, and the entire universe since Big Bang is about 14 billion years old. So this is the scientific evidence that tells us that.
So I'm very glad we've cleared that up. That means, of course, that the literal truth of Genesis in the Bible cannot be true, because it says that God created the earth in 6 days. On the seventh day he rested, and the literal study of the Bible, I know you're a Muslim, the literal study of the Bible gives the length of the Earth's existence at 4,600 years. So that can't be true. It can't be true, can it?
Yes, scientifically we know the world is much older than that, and the fossils, as you told a little while ago, it's hundreds and hundreds millions years old fossils we have today.
So that's plenty of time for evolution to have occurred, isn't it? Imperceptibly over hundreds of millions of years.
Actually not, because even infinite time is not enough for emergence of life by coincidences. We have scientific evidences from genetics, molecular biology, paleontology. They all tell us that there is a creator with infinite wisdom and knowledge and intelligence and power.
But that's not but doctor, that's not what I asked. I'm like you, a believer in God. I didn't say that it happened by coincidence. If the Earth is hundreds of millions of years old, and life has existed on the planet for hundreds of millions of years, as we know it has at least existed for 150 million years, that's plenty of time for God himself to have designed a series of evolutionary changes in life forms, surely.
Yes, if God would want, God would create through evolution. However, God did not, because we know this from the fossil evidence. We have 350 million fossils today, but we don't see any transitional forms, which is a must of the evolution. There are no transitional forms, and the species appear abruptly complete and perfectly formed, and that tells us that the species are created separately with the word be of God. There is no evolution whatsoever in the history of life.
Well, I saw with my own eyes last Saturday dinosaurs who skeletally, biologically, it's quite clear, are the precursors of birds and dolphins. That's just to name two. I saw dinosaurs that clearly became dolphins. They have the same essential structure. And it's just that the animal took to the water.